Go.
Okay, we're going to do what the basic economy and mostly how the effects of the tariff would be. So I'm going to draw a chart up here. You have two quantities. There's the quantity and then there's the price. Okay, so I'm the supplier. Okay, I'm going to supply and make whatever it is. If the price is low, I'm not inclined to make a whole lot. So I'm going to make very few. There's the price, there's the quantity. If the price goes up, I want to maximize my profits. So I'm going to make as much as I can. And here's how it swings. Now, I'm going to be the buyer. If the price is high, I'm not going to buy very much. If the price is low, I'm going to buy a lot of it. So what is the price? What is the quantity in a free market economy? Well, there's my price. There's my quantity. So what happens? Oh, by the way, this is the supply. This is demand. So what happens? Let's say we have something like COVID. And all of a sudden I go from driving 300 miles a week down to about 6 miles a week. What happens? The demand shifts. And there's our new quantity. There's our new price. We all remember when the gas went down. All of a sudden we get the vaccine, everything returns to normal. All of a sudden demand goes back to where it was. Now the trouble is, at the quantity they can produce it, they can't turn on that quickly. They pull the rigs out of the Gulf, they shut down refineries. So all of a sudden there's not enough supply. Price goes up, and remember that. So what happens? Eventually, everything adjusts. Oh, by the way, if you throw Russia in there, you can even decrease the supply a little bit. But so what happens? It takes a while to get back. You see the prices come down. Okay? Now, oh, by the way, if somebody complains about inflation, and they say the government should be doing something about it, all they can do is, there's the supply, all they can do is pay this difference. They make that up in taxes that we'd have to pay. There's nothing the government can do. All right, you can do a little bit with the demand, the supply. All they can do is pay this difference. They make that up in taxes that we'd have to pay. There's nothing the government can do. All right, you can do a little bit with the demand by the interest rates and stuff, but as far as supply, they can. If you want to do, and then you don't want that. If you want an example, think Venezuela, think Zimbabwe, think Russia, think Cuba and their economies. That's what they did. Now let's do the other one. Let's say if we have a tariff. Take this out. What happens? Well, same thing, right? Instead of demand moving, all of a sudden we can't get our goods from the other countries. And supply curve shifts. And there's our quantity. And there's the new price. Prices are going to go up, right? And who pays for the tariffs? It's the consumers, not the country that manufactures. And what they'll do is they'll do retroactive tariffs and embargoes and stuff. Think the farmers, their soybeans. We went from the #1 soybean producer to less than a third of the world. Lumber, remember how expensive lumber was, right? The Great Depression, how do you turn a recession into a Great Depression? Tariffs. Think Smoot-Hawley, do some research on it. Tariffs are going to be a disaster. You think we have inflation now? Wait.